A young mother killed her 4 children, aged 3 months to 6 years of age. She had no prior psychiatric history, and there was no indication that she had tried to kill herself as well. She sat quietly until her husband came home, and then allowed herself to be taken to jail and to a psychiatric hospital. At her trial, the psychiatrist for the prosecution acknowledged the probability of postpartum depression or psychosis, but noted that there was no indication that she didn't know the nature and consequences of her actions, nor that they were wrong. The defense's psychiatrist testified for only a few minutes, largely to say to the jury that no sane mother would kill her own children. But insanity can be defined as a number of behaviors. Madness has been the ideal term to define it. Insanity can be characterized by not being the part of a social norm. Insanity is a legal term pertaining to a defendant's ability to determine right from wrong when a crime is committed. It is a concept discussed in court to help distinguish guilt from innocence. But insanity defense should not be allowed in the United States because people should be held responsible for their own actions. Insanity defense is more of a theory than a scientific fact. It does not have fair retribution. Before being considered insane, criminals should go through intense psychiatric and psychological evaluations and therapy with highly qualified experts. But going back to the prior story of the mother who was supposedly insane because no sane mother would kill their own children, she knew it was wrong. She should be punished. Here is a poem that I wrote in the eyes of a so-called insane person who thought it was God's will to kill the person suffering from an uncontrollable thirst for acceptance. This thirst takes over my body. It's a thirst I can explain with one word: answers. I thirst for answers. I need answers to questions I have yet to even ask. Am I insane? Questions that send me to a hell of sorrow and suffering. I thirst for answers, but there is no God to answer these unasked questions that no one dares to ask. Questions of right and wrong. Questions to live or to die. God says not to steal, kill, or neglect. But this thirst is taking over my body. It cannot be quenched by a mere mortal. It makes me ache. Ache with temptation. To drink from hell or to take my death reaching for the chalice on God's table. I have to find a way to release this awful pain inside of me. Will the thirst ever go away? My mouth is dry with desperation and hate. Satan can't help this feeling with his fire. I now kneel at the foot of Jesus, asking the unasked question: why, my Lord, is the world so mad? I will take out the madness in this world with one life. It's easy. 2 lives? Fair enough. Or I'll just take them all. I'll take them all down with me. Every last person who has mocked my thirst. I lose breath. I lay at his feet, weeping at the toes of the Almighty. My head falls. Very weary from the lack of moisture, my body falls. Finally, Lord, they're all gone. He takes a hold of my face and looks into my eyes. With not one word, he answers my only question. My body is flooded with fluid. A rushing current of flowing freedom overflows my core. I killed them all. I can breathe now. Am I insane?